Welcome to another 747 update. This one's pretty exciting. We're starting to roll out some of those bigger features that we talked about in the previous few updates. So let's jump right in and look at this new feature that creates a whole new workflow for you in Copilot. And that new feature is called email links, and you can find it under resources and email links. And so I'm going to kind of just show you this feature by showing you one workflow that works really well for it. So let's just go ahead and create an email link together. So I'm going to go here and first I'm going to make sure I have a tag created that I want to use for this email link. And this email link, I'm going to use the one-click estimate tag that I've already created in tags. So I'm going to go back to email links and I'm going to call this link the one-click estimate. And then the email link text, this is what will actually show up on the email. So I'm going to say click here for an estimate. For this email link, I'm actually just going to use this landing page for Augusta where it just says, thank you, your estimate has been, or your estimate request has been sent. Just so that when they actually click the link, they can see this landing page as a thank you. Then for the action, I'm going to add a tag, and I'm going to select the tag as one-click estimate. I'm also going to make sure this is turned on and save the email. So now when I am making an email, I'm just going to put in a paragraph block here. I'm going to select a merge tag and let's see. As you can see, we have a merge tag now for one-click estimate, and it'll show up as a merge tag. And when this gets sent, let's see, we will just preview this. Let me select a customer. Oh, we need a subject. As you can see, when it gets sent, it turns into a link. And when I click this link, it'll actually go and tag that customer with the one-click estimate tag. And then from here, you can have an automation. This is where it gets really cool. You can have an automation for when a tag is added. You can select, let's see, you can select your one-click estimate tag, and you can have this send another email with your estimate. Or you can have it notify an office staff member to maybe, build an estimate and send it to them. There's just a lot of options opened up once you consider having the ability to add tags through links and then have automations triggered by those tags. So super awesome update, can really change a lot of the workflows in Copilot. Very exciting. All right, let's go to the next thing. And that is different default schedule views for desktop and mobile. So if you remember a little while ago under preferences, we added default schedule views. And now there's two separate ones here for desktop and mobile. So for instance, it's probably a lot nicer for your office staff to have like the week or the month view open by default. But for people using Copilot on their phone, such as field techs or foremen, crew members, they probably most likely want the today grid view. So that way, when I go click on the schedule and I'm on desktop, it'll open up to the week view. But let me pull up the iPad version of Copilot here. If I go to the schedule on this iPad, it opens up to the today grid view. So really nice just to be able to differentiate those for different use cases. All right, next thing is we redesigned the global time clock to just make it super simple. So now when you click on the time clock, you can simply see you can clock in, and this will clock you in for the global time. And then you can clock out. And this is different from visit time. This is your global time clock. This is like your when you have an employee punch in and punch out on a time card, that is basically what that's for. And it's not meant for tracking time on visits. We will look at that in a little bit. So made it really simple, literally one button to clock in and clock out. All right, next thing we added was email merge tag for event notes. So I'm going to go over here and make an email again, and I'll just drag in a paragraph block. And as you'll see in merge tags, we have a new tag in here for event notes. So this can be really nice if you have automations that send emails based on when you create events such as meetings, to-dos, visits, where you want the customers to see the notes in the email. You can now use this tag to actually insert those notes for the event in the email. Next thing is time tracking for visits on mobile. Just a simple design update, and that is when opening a visit on mobile. Here's the iPad version again. As you can see, we, let's see, this one was already marked complete. Let me go to an open one here. As you can see, we moved the time clock up here to the top. So no longer do your employees have to scroll all the way to the bottom to start time tracking. They will simply be able to do it straight from the top of this page. And this is what I was talking about earlier, where time clocks or global time clocks or your time cards for your employees are different from visit clock tracking or time tracking, sorry. So that button is now at the top of this page, which makes it really, really easy for your crews to track time. And hopefully they don't forget now too, because they won't have to scroll down to see it. All right, next thing is also on this page too, and that's just we updated the colors of these buttons. As you'll see in the next thing we'll talk about, when you complete a visit, it turns green, same thing on desktop. And so it just made more sense to us that, oh, this one's already completed. It just made more sense to us that the buttons would be the same color. So we simply made the close an invoice buttons green. We made the skip orange, and that is that. And then that brings us to the next update as well, and that is just changing the color of visits in the grid view based on their status. So as you can see, this completed visit here is green for the background, and we have yellow for this skipped one, and anything open still has white. So this allows you to quickly see the status, or your crew members to see the status of the visits as they work through their schedule for the day. We also added budgeted hours right here without having to open the visit to see. So you guys can quickly see the budgeted hours for the schedule for the day. And let's see, the last update we have for you, it's a simple one, but it's nice, and that is on the dispatch board and on the routes page. This button already existed on the schedule, but we thought it would be a good place to have it here on the routes page, and that is the move these events button. So from the routes page now, you can use this to select the multiple or all your visits and move these events and select a different date to move those to. So if you're building your routing, you're assigning crews, and you realize maybe you overscheduled, you need to move some days around, it's really easy to do that straight from the routes page now. All right, so that is it for this 747 update. Some pretty exciting things, especially the email links. I'm really excited to see what you guys choose to build with those and some new workflows that come out of it. And yeah, we're really looking forward to the next couple of months here for Copilot. We're going to start releasing some of these really big features that we're really excited for. So yeah, thanks for watching this update, and I will see you again next week.